All right. Yes. Uh, Now it's set up. Okay. Welcome everyone to the 1083rd meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Thank you all for making it. So we've already gone through the house rules. So without further ado, we move on to our president, DTM Presidency.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid, and welcome fellow Toastmasters. DTM Talha, do you have brief minutes of the last meeting?
Yeah, sure. So before, so our last meeting was, of course, 1082nd meeting. Its theme was all about illusions. And sorry, it was all about entertainment. It was all about the apocalypse. And here are the winners. Best speaker was won by Toastmaster Mani Dakhtar, best evaluator by Sarfraz, best table topics Toastmaster Maria Mahtab, best big four by Toastmaster Askar, the best speaker critics choice by DTM Irfan Faruqi. So congratulations everyone. Also, there's an important announcement, and that is that our table topics and Urdu speech contest will now take place on December the 10th rather than December the 3rd, because still today we have received only 2 expressions of interest, and then there was a third one. So we almost decided to go ahead and just go for with the nominations, but with the receipt of the third, we do have a contest on your hands and on our hands. And Toastmaster Karim, I hope you can make yourself available on the 10th rather than the 3rd. So over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And congratulations to the winners from last week's meeting. We have no guests, so no need to go into the description of what Toastmasters is all about. And I guess we don't have our table Toastmaster of the meeting. Are we waiting for Toastmaster Rafat?
I think, yeah, she will join in due course. But we can go ahead anyway with me.
Okay. Okay. So
yeah,
I guess we'll go over the role players. I'll switch from the presidents. I guess, as other than you'd already mentioned the contest coming up, and then also looking for KTC members to compete in the international speech contest, which I think is scheduled for first week of January. I think it's first Sunday in January, and I'm hoping that we will have a long list of contestants for that one. You may have already seen some of the posts in WhatsApp about the theme or the poster. Congratulations and thanks to DTM Talha. Although you give credit to, I guess, AI and PowerPoint rather than taking the credit yourself. It looks great. And warning, the table topics will be about turning point. So you may want to think about it while you are delivering your speech. I don't mean during the speech, but after you have delivered your speech. I'll ask our wordmaster and grammarian for him to explain his duties and also introduce the word of the day.
Yes, thank you very much. Today I'm the grammarian. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and I will take note of any misuse of English language. Tala, DTM Tala, it is for you, as well as any outstanding usage and quotes. I will mention quotes so that they can be eliminated from the prepared speeches, sayings, and thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day today is confident. Confident means a person with whom one share a secret or private matters, trusting them not to repeat it to others. A close confidant of princes dictionary uses this words in a sentence. This is it from my side. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar. Yeah, it is confident the way you pronounced it. It is not confidant.
It is not confidant.
Yeah. So the way you pronounced is correct.
Okay, confident. Please repeat it.
Yes, yeah, not like a double A, DANT sound.
Confident.
Our timer is DTM Talha bin Hamid. Like you to briefly, even though everybody knows what the roles are, because we don't have any guests, we would like to welcome Toastmaster Zishan. He's our guest speaker, but he's also Toastmaster.
Yeah.
So everybody knows the green. You'll be showing colors, or I assume the background colors?
Yes, exactly. I'll be showing the background colors according to the length of the project. For the minimum time, I'll be showing the green. For the mid time, I'll be showing the yellow. And for the maximum time, I'll be showing the red. So for example, for a speed of 5 to 7, it will be 5 green, 6 yellow, 7 red. For table topics, it's 1, 1.5, and 2. For evaluation, it's 2, 2.5, and 3. And instead of explaining the role in more detail, I'd just like to share with utter delight that I'm using these background videos for timing. So I don't have to manually change the backgrounds. And that is something that enables virtually anyone to play the timer while doing any other role. So it's not something enviable because the sheer amount of multitasking needed at KDC brought things to, you could say necessity is the mother of invention, and that constraint actually caused me to think about it, that we could at least trust one of the tasks to machines. It does not take much human ingenuity. So let's see, and let's hope that it works well today, just like it has been working over the past several weeks. Over to you, Mr. Impromptu Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Talha. You're also the vote counter. So will you please explain briefly the duties of a vote counter?
Yeah. So during the meeting, I've been floating polls. It will most probably be through Zoom polls, since this is an online only meeting. But if that fails, as it often does, we will be using the Google Forms. You will be asked to vote for 5 times during the meeting for best speaker, best evaluator, best big four, best role player, and best table topic speaker. And the winner gets a certificate, and of course, I'm not allowed to cast my vote, being the vote counter, unless there's a tie. Once again, over to you, Medium Chakra.
Thank you once again. I'd like to welcome also Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. And we already have Toastmaster Kareem with us, and I think Toastmaster Mariam Aftab is in the process of joining us. Toastmaster Zishan, before we move into our first segment of the meeting, prepared speeches. You are a Toastmaster, but you are a guest at our meeting. Will you briefly tell us about yourself? How long you've been a Toastmaster?
Hello, assalamu alaikum to all of you. Basically, I am a member, and it's my first month and doing the presentation mastery. So basically, I myself as a student and doing the bachelor in computer science, and I love public speaking. I do participate in different sort of the competitions, and mostly I love debate. Recently, I've been to Lahore for a speech competition, and I do participate all the thing. And there's the reason that I joined Toastmaster, because it's the best way to learn. And I'm a member in Zenit Toastmaster. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Ishan. We are glad to have you with us, and we look forward to your speech. We all know that there are 3 segments of the Toastmasters meeting: prepared speeches, table topics, and the evaluation segment. We now begin our first segment of the meeting, the prepared speeches. We have 5 speakers on the agenda. Our first speaker is DTM Irfan Farooqi. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Muhammad Asghar. Toastmaster Muhammad Asghar, could you tell us the objectives of DTM Irfan Farooqi's project and speech?
Thank you, accidental Toastmaster of the day. Our first speaker is DTM Irfan. DTM Irfan is delivering a speech from leadership development, and it should be from level 5, if I'm not wrong, because it's not written here. It's level 5.
That's correct.
And the project is prepared to speak professionally. The title of the project is Lessons Learned. The timing of the project from 18 to 22 minutes. DTM Irfan, the podium is yours. The objective of the speech is to practice developing and presenting a longer speech on any topic. Over to you, DTM Irfan.
First of all, I need...
Also, so before we move on, our Toastmaster has joined us. Welcome, Toastmaster Mubin.
Rafat Mubin.
Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, are you available?
Please unmute yourself, Toastmaster. You can also turn on your speed.
Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, are you with us? She may be, so I guess we'll go ahead with the speech, and then she can take over after DTM Farooqi's speech. Oh, back to you.
I need the
She's here. She's
presentation
here.
rights.
I allowed
Yes,
it.
got it.
Can you see the timer window, DTM Irfan?
Yes, I can.
All right. You can start.
I start now.
Just let me start the timing. Give me
Yeah.
a moment to put up the virtual background for 18 to 22 minutes. Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah, now it's up. You can start.
Fellow Toastmasters, life provides us with not only happiness, but many times problems as well. Disasters do happen, though it is not good for the human race to see and meet the disasters. But the best thing is that we should learn something from our mistakes. Today, I'm sharing with you some management lessons that can be learned from Chernobyl disaster. Most of you may be aware that in Ukraine, it was a nuclear disaster at a plant, at a reactor plant. First of all, I would like to share something with you, what had happened, and then I'll come to management lessons. It happened on 26th of April, 1986 at midnight, 1 hour, 24 minutes, 45 seconds. It was a plant which was designated to operate at 3,200 megawatt. But the issue was that if the power reduces to, there was water that was required to be cooled down. If electricity somehow decreases, there would be no water to cool down the reactor. And test was required to decrease the electricity to 700 megawatt and then see does water come into the system and cool down the reactor or not? What happened? Because of their errors, which we will see in a minute, what happened that the output dropped to 200 megawatt. Then they tried to control it. They had to increase it to 700, but a 3,200 megawatt capacity system increased it to 33,000 megawatt. And at that moment, there was a disaster. It collapsed and radiation went in around the world. There were two basic reasons. Number one was a design fault, and the other was certain malified management practices that resulted in that disaster. Just to understand how it works, not very detailed. Basically, uranium-235 is an unstable element, and its neutrons easily move out. And if we put many U-235 elements close to one another, one's neutron will hit the other and an atom will break. And as a result, energy will be released. That energy will be used to produce steam, and steam will be used to rotate to create the power. But it is so speedy that neutrons would travel so speedy that they will not hit one another. So as a result, there was a need to install boron control rods that reduces the reactivity. And unfortunate was that to save money, they installed those type of rods that at the end had graphite tips, and graphite increases the disaster. What happened at that day? When they reduced the power to a very low level, when it went to 200, and it continuously was operating at 1600 megawatts for 12 hours, as a result, it became unstable. And when the temperature started rising, they lowered the boron control rods to reduce the reactivity. But unfortunately, since the tips were graphite tips, the graphite tips, instead of stopping the process, it increased the reactivity. And then that is the reason why the output went up to 33,000, and there was a huge blast. Now, what do we learn from it? Why it all happened? These are the three culprits of the system. To the most close look at the screen is the project director of that plant. Then is the deputy chief engineer, and at the last is the chief engineer. This test was not performed, and after 3 years they were going to test it, and chief engineer said that if the test is okay, then director will be promoted, I will become the director, and I need somebody as a deputy to become the chief engineer to replace my position. And the man in the center who was in charge of the test, the message was given to him, if you let us pass in the test, we all will get promotions. So, fellow Toastmasters, first lesson is that the people who are in the management, they are basically the agents of the system. Since they don't own the system, they are operating on the basis on behalf of the owners. So most of the time, agents watch their own interest at the cost of the management. This is what I said. They decided that, first of all, what happened? When initially it was installed, all the three people, they declared that the system is okay. However, one test was pending. They shouldn't have said it is okay, but they said it. As a result, all the three people received certain medals because they completed the project within the given time. First lesson that I learned from this disaster is that people who are in management, they just don't care about the larger benefit of the processes. Rather, for their own personal interest, they fool the people, they lie, and as a result, certain disasters take place. This is the person who was the chief engineer, and over here in the dramatized situation, he is standing in the room of a director, imagining himself that one day soon I will take this office. And that is how he did all the malefied intentions. So they support each other. The management process here is that I scratch your back and you scratch mine, which is how that chief engineer said to the deputy chief engineer, if you pass the low power now test, I will become director and I'll make you my chief engineer. And that is why the deputy chief made a false declaration, did a very wrong test, and sacrificed everything just for the sake of themselves. The third important task that I learned is that a bird in hand approach. In management, those who are the decision makers, they try to find out what is the recent immediate gain. They don't look for a long-term gain. And they try to persuade, they try to present their projects to the management that we have saved a lot of money. They compromise a lot of things, for instance, safety, and they consider that a disaster has never happened. It is very, very rare. So if we look for the remote chance of a disaster and install those safety measures, that is a cost. And by that, they save the money, and then they present their projects that we are so good, we have saved a lot of money. Look, we are so good in negotiations, we saved the money. And as a result, you can see on your screen, this is the picture of the Chernobyl after the disaster. And that disaster just happened because the whole system was there to save small money, just thinking disasters don't happen every day. The important thing is those people who are in a managerial position, controlling position, they don't like to be questioned. They don't think they are answerable to anybody. They say, I am the very competent person. I know how things are done. And as a result, they don't allow anything. This particular scene that I'm presenting to you, when the power was lowered, this deputy chief ordered the frontline managers to increase the power immediately. One of them said, this is disastrous. This should not happen. The rules say that if you have to increase it, you increase it in 24 hours. And he said, oh, I'm the champion of the safety. You are telling me, his name was Dyatlov. He said that you are telling me I am the champion of the safety. I have been telling you it, be safe, be safe. So if I am telling you today to conduct the experiment, to raise the power, raise it. The subordinate took the book and said, okay, then sign this document that you are ordering to raise the power. He threw away the book and said, if you want to continue your job, be with us, do it now. As I say, no written orders. So he conducted the tests. The second thing, it was the evening shift. People in the evening shift were not very much trained about the process. For instance, one man who had to stabilize the reaction, his age was only 25 years. And he on this job, he had only 4 months experience. And he was asked to stabilize the process. So this is the another thing that they do things like that. The top management, sitting people on the top management, they assume we are very intelligent, we can do it, just we'll say it, it will happen. So these are the 4 lessons that I learned from here, that senior management He was conducting a very risky experience, and he was using untrained people because it was a time to get promotion. When he was asked to give a written order, he said no written orders. Then the subordinate said, I will not do it. He said, if you don't do it, I'll dismiss you and I'll see you get any job. It was Russia, and he could have been arrested. So people were in fear to disobey the boss. And he used to complain, I am the man of safety. If I am saying it, do it. And I have seen those people with my own eyes who are not champion of safety, but when there comes a time, they become the champions of the safety, and they say, oh, you see, I am very prone to talking about safety, and I am doing it, so you do it. I have also seen people like that. Another very important lesson is that in management, honesty is not the best policy. This is unfortunate, but it is true. The picture that you're seeing is of the man who told Legasov. Legasov was offered that if you keep quiet by the Russian government, by the KGB head, he was offered, if you keep quiet, this is your promotion letter. We will promote you. We will honor you with this award and all these things. But he decided that he will not keep quiet, and the fault of the government that they purchased low standard reactors, I will tell them that your reactors are of poor design because it has graphite tips, which are disastrous. Russian government has used it because they wanted to save money. So he did it. He told them that you are wrong. And he is the man who, after the disaster, came out and tried to save the people, the place, and he was the man who recovered. But since he did not accept to lie, he told the truth. He accepted, I'll not tell a lie, I'll speak the truth. He was house arrested. And nobody was allowed to meet him. And security guards were appointed outside his house. After 2 years, he recorded everything in tapes, very secretly delivered it while in the night he was going out to throw the trash. He put it somewhere and came back, and he committed suicide. Those tapes were later on recovered and were published, and the whole world has come to know what happened in that era. And you know more to it what happened? Those 3 people that I had showed you, who were the real victims, they were punished just for 10 years. And after 10 years, they were restored back to their jobs. So my learning, people use authority, position for their own benefit at the cost of the large interest. Mutual support is obtained through bargaining. I'll support you. If you support me, I'll support you. Visible benefits are considered more than the hidden long-term benefits. What is visible is managed. What can happen is ignored. People in management try to keep things in their own hand, keep a good control of everything. They snub their subordinates, they threaten them, they create an atmosphere of fear where nobody comes to challenge them, and then they do whatever they want to do. People who are not properly trained, who are not properly prepared, they are prone to accidents. Most of the organizations still, they do not believe in giving trainings. They don't consider training as the basic need, training as the investment. They treat training as a cost. In organization, the most unproductive period is after lunch period, 2:30, when everybody is drowsing. organizations say that is the time for training. They set trainings at 2:30 because they don't believe training is learning. They believe we have to do, so put it, that is most unproductive time. Do the trainings at that time. If we use untrained people, we will end up in disaster. If you want to be honest, be honest. But don't think honesty will be rewarded. Don't think your honesty will be accepted by management. Management have their own thinking. Management have their own motives. If you want to be honest for the sake of honesty, not for the sake of systems. You will not get good, honest results because of the systems. At this time, I would like to share with you that the whole story was prepared in the form of a 4 or 5 episode TV series in a movie form. And everything was true. They did not indulge into any negativity. They did not make anything for the sake of drama. They did not exaggerated things. Everything was true based upon the videos and the documents that were achieved after the disaster, after the finishing of the USSR, and after that economy became open, then people came to know what's happening over there. In the end, I just would like to share, I'll try to share something with you if I can get that opportunity. It's a small, I am not able to go to my, okay, yes, this is the error why I'm not able to do it. Sorry.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to open a video, but unfortunately, I indulge into something else. Now I'm going there. I'll find. Just give me a second. It's a small video that I will share with you. I've taken that thing from the movie itself to share how things happened. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to say, I've already said it to you, and it was here, but I can't see it now. Anyway, that was a small video clip that I am not able to see at this moment. So instead of indulging into anything else and coming up with any bad results, this is my learning with you. And I am not an expert in physics, but I'm open for you for any management area questions. I tried to explain what happened over there. Maybe I was not able. So if you have any questions about this topic, I would be glad to further explain management aspects of that disaster. If any question, most welcome.
I think if anyone has any questions, I believe you explained everything pretty well. They could be put in the chat box. So let's, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Rafat Mobeen. DTM Irfan Faruqi was our first speaker, so you can now take over as the Toastmaster of the day and continue the meeting.
Professor Rafat, I think you need to unmute yourself first.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, the turning point come in the life of an individual which entirely or partially changed his or her behavior. It is a melting point which determines how we modify and align ourselves in the changed circumstances. It's up to us that in such situation we close our eye like a pigeon or face it like a lion or lioness. Turning point is my own story. In year 2008, I incorporated a single member company, Subhanallah Shipping Services SMC PVT Limited in Security and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, and my father was its chief executive and director, and I became the company secretary. My father passed away on 30th July 2013. Thereafter, my mother, after approval of SSCP, became director of the company. On behalf of my mother, I moved an application before Pakistan Custom to add her name as a director in custom license and submitted her document. She was called for interview, but unfortunately, just completing iddat, she passed away. As my mother during her lifetime nominated me as successive director in Security and Exchange. As such, after her death, I submitted my nomination document with consent of my brother and sister in SSCP, and SSCP approved my nomination as a director. Thereafter, I moved an application before Custom Authority to add my name as a director in the license, but Custom Authority declined my request. I impugned the order of the custom authorities before Federal Tax Ombudsman, and with the grace of Almighty Allah, I won the case, and my name was added as a director of the company in the license. It was a turning point in my life, and it was difficult for me to express myself that whether I am worried or happy. In the year 2018, my brother-in-law passed away. As my husband was very much attached with him, he didn't tolerate and was suffered from multiple ailments. Beside this, my husband was chronic heart patient and his heart was working 25% only. Doctor advised him for immediate bypass, but due to his ill health, it was difficult for to undergone for heart surgery. He admitted multiple time in hospital and ICU, and with the grace of Almighty Allah, he recovered. In January 2020, my husband completely bedridden, and I was with him. In such days, COVID-19 was spreaded, and thanks God, due to coronavirus, all activities were completely abandoned and court were closed. As such, I spent most of my time with him and looked after him with utmost love and care. But despite all my effort, my husband say goodbye to the mortal world on 6th July 2020. On that day, my elder brother, who was resided at Malir Kent, came my house and told me that offered me that I may accompany him at his house. I refused her and told him that it was the wish of my deceased husband that I may stay at my house to complete all the assignment which were not completed due to his prolonged illness. It was a turning point for me. I face multiple hardships bravely as a lioness and didn't close my eye as a pigeon. I focused upon my liabilities and proceeded with court cases, and with the grace of Almighty Allah, I successfully completed all my assignments. In year 2020, and the end of 2020, after completing iddat, I joined Toastmaster along with my brother, and salute to Toastmaster that due to Toastmaster, I faced all the hardships with Alliance and embark a journey of self-dependence and courage. Thank you, all of you. The second, I would like to introduce the second prepared speaker, Toastmaster Zishan Khan. Project.
Actually, sorry, Toastmaster, there
Yes,
has
sir.
been a slight, there has been a slight change in the agenda.
Okay,
Instead
sir.
of, I am the second speaker and my evaluator will be Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. So
Okay, sir.
I believe you got the old copy. Apologies for that.
Yes, sir.
but
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
yeah.
The second
But no,
speaker is DTM Talha, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Meghani. Toastmaster Talha, the stage is yours.
Okay.
Toastmaster Meghani, please introduce.
Yeah.
Please.
No,
Toastmaster
it's okay.
Meghani.
Completely fine.
Please.
DTM Tala, it will be my honor to evaluate DTM Tala. And he made my life already difficult by giving me the last speech of his pathway, and that is the reflection on his path. And that is a fantastic moment for any Toastmaster when he's finishing his pathway. So today, DTM Tala will be reflecting on his path, dynamic leadership, and we will be listening to his reflection, his learning, and his challenges. So DTM Tala, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. I would like to make a request if someone can time this for 10 to 12 minutes.
May I do it myself? Also, no problem.
I don't think so. That's ideal
I can.
because you
I will do.
already well. Sorry, who was that?
Can I be the timer?
Yeah, Latif.
Yeah, sure. It's 10 to 12 minutes. And let me try to
We can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give me a second to set this thing up. It is acting up a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with you today. Just give me a second. Just a second. Apologies for this. Let me put it up again. Okay, let me try it again. Keep giving error messages. I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah. Now, all right. Okay. You can start the timing, Toastmaster Latif. It's 10 to 12 minutes. Can you please also raise your virtual hand? Yes, thank you so much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today we bring to you a tale of unprecedented weirdness, a very odd story. You may get a sense of deja vu while going through this story. Because this is the second time that I am actually going through this path. So it's to be brought to you from an outsider's perspective. So today it is the odd story of Talha bin Amir, someone who escaped a mental institution and did some exploits onto his audience. He went on a path again for the second time in his life. Dynamic leadership. It seems that the first time he covered that path, he could not become a dynamic enough leader. So he felt compelled to tread the same path again. I don't know if he became a dynamic leader or not, but he certainly became a madman. If you don't believe us, let us tell you his exploits. But before we move forward, let us warn you that some of the scenes may be highly disturbing to adult children. In fact, every living and non-living being in the universe. At first, it seemed pretty normal, and he started with an icebreaker that was about his father. It was told from the perspective of his father. Then things got very weird, very fast. Discovering that he had found an audience of closely listening confidants, he unleashed his inner monsters. The monsters of insecurity, the monster of not being heard, the monster of rejection. And he serenaded the audience with the tales of how he conquered this monster. After that, he disclosed that he had this weird habit of swearing. And he felt compelled to inform the audience of this depressing fact in 3 different clubs. Surely not helping his public image at all. The 4th speech was a moving tribute to his closest confidant, soulmate, Toastmaster Imran, who has the tenacity to put up with his weird antics. Right now, he's missing from the meeting. I believe, in fact, we are very sure that he is with a therapist somewhere as we speak. The final speech of the first level. In that speech, there was a conversation between 2 beards. One can only imagine the depravity of this mind who can come up with such a concept. But unfortunately, it was only level 1 of his descent into madness. He started level 2 by implicating a very senior and well-respected Toastmaster, Nitin Samir, alleging that he was his mentor. And surely, if you've seen or heard him, you would know that he is the farthest thing from Nitin Samir that ever was. We'd like to offer our sincerest apologies to Nitin Samir and would like to inform him that avenues of legislation are open to him if he wants to clear up his name of this association. Talha followed this up by telling the audience that you suck. Sorry, we don't mean you suck. He told the audience that he sucked. And sometimes someone is needed to tell you that you suck. How crazy is that? Toastmasters is all about positive feedback. It is all about finding positives, even when you're struggling to find one. Because the intent is to motivate, not to turn anyone suicidal. But of course, all that logic applies to a normal human being, not to the Hamilton. Later, he recounted a harrowing tale of how he sold his soul to the devil by actually sticking to a nice style of a communication, by being humane in his communication. You can see the makings of a maniac, a bad scientist right there. Once again, we warn you, if you see this face anywhere, please report to the nearest police station. It got weirder and weirder. The descent into madness. A researching and presenting project. You know, have you seen the moon? Did you find anything odd about it? He tried to prove that this was the oddest object in the universe that had no right to exist. He went so far as to suggest that it may have been artificial. And then he shifted gears and for some reason started talking about finding a notebook in a hotel room and the implications it had for environmental conservation and decency and logic. Only a madman would find that weird, because don't we all know that notebooks belong in hotel rooms? We do our best thinking while in the toilet. So what's so weird about having a notebook there? Who knows, a Nobel Prize winning idea is just flushed down the toilet by the simple error of not having a notebook in a restroom. Level 4, you did what? In this level, Talha came out as a bona fide man. It seemed that he was proud to be considered weird and abnormal and going against the grain. He recounted his experiences with the risks that he took. Normally, when people jump, they jump upwards. But Talha bin Hamid has a specialty to take jumps sideways. And what good does that do? Absolutely nothing. Jumping sideways does not elevate you in any way. In fact, it resets your progress. That's all it does. Anybody who has ever played any amount of video games knows that. Talha bin Hamid, being an avid gamer, should have known better. And then he expounded on the art of negotiation by giving the negotiators an illusion of choice. And there his credentials as a sadist were confirmed, because he made anyone in his vicinity think that they were being given choices by him. In fact, they were given a limited set of options that were all acceptable to Talha and Talha alone. And only later they discovered that no matter which options they chose, they would be doing exactly what Talha desired. Finally, level 5. He delivered 3 different keynotes in 3 different clubs, and all got more and more disturbing. At first, he delivered a keynote at Quantum Beam Advanced Toastmasters Club, and he confirmed that he was an alien. And then he went on to allege that all of the humanity was aliens. We were guests on this planet, and we had no right to live on this planet because we were destroying this planet. Any alien that lands on a planet lands, then consumes the resources, destroys it, and then moves on to another planet. And that's exactly what humanity is trying to do. But it did not stop there. His second keynote was right here at Karachi Toastmasters Club, suicide by compassion. And there he brought up another idea that no one had ever heard. We commit suicide by being soft, by being compassionate to criminals. It went against the death penalty. And it also proved that if you're being kind to someone, if you're being kind to the wrong person, you're killing yourself in the process. We don't know about killing. However, we sure know that it can drive a person mad. And Exhibit A is the Hamid himself. And he did not stop there. For the last project in the path, he reflected upon his journey as the immediate past district director of District 122B. Now, what are the key words? It's not immediate. It's not district. It's not director. It's past. And when you heard his story, you discovered that he completely forgot the word past. He continued to think of himself as district director and kept doing things as if he were sitting district director. That was his whole approach of being immediate past district director, instead of stepping back and letting others do the work. But I believe that he suffered very adequately because of it. Sooner or later, you will find out that his services were well rewarded by the district leadership. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the exploits of Talhat Hamid. You've seen how dangerous an individual he is. In the name of humanity, in the name of your own safety and security, we strongly urge you to report to the nearest police station or the FIA office, wherever you see him. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Second speaker. The second speaker is complete. Toastmaster Tala, your speech is completed?
Yes.
The third speaker is Adil Pamar. Is there some change?
No, third speaker is Zishan Khan.
Third speaker is Toastmaster Zishan Khan. Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 3, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language, Philosophy Between Knowledge and Wisdom. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mansoor Ali. I would like to invite Toastmaster Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Mansoor Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Rafat. Let me put some gratitude to your story. It was really thought-provoking for every one of us that we should not lose hope because there is always a turning point. Yes. Back to my speaker today, Toastmaster Zishan Khan. He's the guest at the Karachi Toastmasters Club. I welcome you open-heartedly and encourage you to come and give more of your speeches because I heard your introduction. You are a very new Toastmasters and at the Zenith Toastmasters Club. So, fellow audience, good evening, one and all. Toastmaster Zishan Khan is embarking on his Level 1, Project 2, which is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. Purpose statement of his project is for the members to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance their speech. And there are some evaluators, note for evaluators, where it is having like how he has used his non-verbal communications, vocal variety in pace, pitch, tone, and volume, which I will be noticing each and every detail of his speech. Timer, please note, speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Zishan Khan, speech title, Philosophy Between Knowledge and Wisdom. Philosophy Between Knowledge and Wisdom, Toastmaster Zishan Khan. Good luck. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Can you confirm that am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much.
Can you see the? Sorry, can you see the timer window?
Toastmaster, this is Toastmaster Zishan Khan. Today, the topic on which I'm going to have a touch, that is all about the philosophy between knowledge and wisdom. So here in the middle, the word thing which interact both of them, that is philosophy. So what is philosophy? I asked to my mother that what is philosophy? You know what she answered? She said that if you over exaggerate a thing, if you define a thing in very detail, in a long, prolonged way, so it is a philosophy. So what do you think? If anybody from the audience virtually, could you please raise the hand and tell me that what is philosophy? When like you think and the philosophy word come in your mind. So what do you think about? Can anybody tell me that what is philosophy?
It is some set of rules or thoughts that we use to dictate what we do.
Well, thank you so much. I will appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are right. Philosophy is basically, it is in a Greek word because before moving forward, knowledge and wisdom, these things must be understood. After that, it will be easy to have a difference between both of them. So basically, philosophy is in a Greek word, which is a combination of two words. One is Pille, different accent is there. And second is Sophia. Phile means a love, and Sophia mean wisdom. Mean love of wisdom is called philosophy. That is all about philosophy. And further in philosophy, there are many major different branches, many branches, but 6 major branches are metaphysics, which means in which you study about the reality, epistemology, in which you study about the knowledge, and which from that branch epistemology there is like a hierarchy, like it's a philosophy, then epistemology. From epistemology I am today defining a difference between knowledge versus wisdom. So thereafter also many others like aesthetic, which is study of beauty, politics, study of rights or wrong, ethics, study of characteristic. They're all the thing, but cut to short and come to the main point, which is the difference between knowledge versus wisdom, knowledge versus wisdom. So I would like to share my screen for the hierarchical model, that how actually it works. So could you please confirm me? Everyone can see my screen, please.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, basically it's a model, it's the hierarchical model, that how it works. First of all, in the hierarchy, the data is there. Then information, then knowledge, after wisdom come. So our main target was wisdom and knowledge. But for these data information must be understood for a clear, for a clarification, which you have to be and we have to be. That's why, like data, what is data? Mean anything which is being existed in this world is data for us. Like in internet, tons and millions and even zillions of data are there. If we search in a lot of entertainment, in sport, computer, IoT, AI, public speaking, teaching, anything is there. So these all are the data. And also another example we can take, that the thing which is not relevant to us, that is data for us. But information, when thing is relevant to us, then it becomes the information for us. Like we have a lots of our data, but when I start searching and have a Google that like what is the effective way to deliver a speech and what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. So when the data is shown to me, then I note down, then it's related to me, that it is for information for me. And finally, the third stage come in a hierarchical model, that is knowledge. When you acquire that information, it is come in the epistemology, the branch of philosophy, that when you acquire that knowledge, when you memorize it, when you come into your routine and you think and you act upon it, that is become your knowledge. And our knowledge can be vary upon our past events, our experiences, or many things, that all becomes our knowledge. And finally, the last thing, that wisdom comes, which about for in the every intellect that must have a wisdom. So wisdom is thing like how to, if you have a knowledge, like let me give you one simple example, that knowledge is that you think how to earn money, you have multiple ways to earning money. But wisdom is that how to spend money. that is a wisdom. Another example is that you know the tomato is a fruit. It is the fact as well, the biological trait and all the thing. It is the fruit, not a vegetable. But knowledge says us that it's a fruit. But wisdom, what wisdom tell us? Wisdom tells us that not to put the tomato in a fruit salad, even though it's a fruit. So that is all about the knowledge and wisdom. So always, if you are acquiring any knowledge, first do have a very clear thing and always keen and thirsty to learn. Even nowadays, I will have a last advice for all of us that we must read book as much as we can, because it is a great way of acquiring knowledge. You know, book, BOOK. What does it mean? It stands big ocean of knowledge. So if you are thirsty to learn, must have a read books, acquire knowledge. If you acquire that knowledge, then you apply that knowledge, because knowledge is nothing unless you act upon it. Words are useless without actions. So when you transfer your words into action, then it becomes wisdom. So with it, I would like to end that if you have a knowledge, you will speak more and more. But when you have a wisdom, you will become quieter to quieter. Over to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zishan, for a wonderful speech. The next speaker is Toastmaster Adil Pamar. Speech title is Writing a Speech with Purpose, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. Purpose statement of the purpose state is that how DTM Tala, the third speaker is
yes, you're right. Yeah, it
Toastmaster
is.
Adil Pamar,
Yeah,
and his speech will be evaluated by myself.
yes, you're right.
How to write a purposeful speech, and the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Adil Pamar.
Hello guys, am I visible to all?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
You
see the timer? Can you see the timer window?
Not yet.
I've raised my virtual hand. It is my window actually. Just try to locate my window.
Yeah, got your window.
Yeah. So I'm the timer. So yeah, you can go ahead.
The presentation title is Coming Out of My Comfort Zone. And I would be relating this topic to my past experience in 2008 when I visited Karachi city with my friends for living and studying, and the purpose was preparation for university examination. Now the interesting part is that the whole thing that I did was basically to come out of my comfort zone. And as most of us have seen in their entire life and in their parents, in the movies, in the media, social media, that there are all sorts of experience which try to attract people so that they come out of their comfort zone. And similarly, I have gone through a lot of media material which always showed the bright side of going to live alone and taking your own responsibilities, which was always filled with laughter, fun, doing fun with friends, and doing the study at the same time. However, for me, it was a really change in attitude kind of thing, because this was my first time when I was moving out of my home to a new place with my friends, and I have to take responsibility of my own self and for my own cleaning, eating, getting ready in each and everything. So I have to plan my whole day, and accordingly I have to think about every little detail that in the past I had assistance from my parents, from even younger and adults, who helped me to manage all these details. Now, when I was basically trying to study and at the same time uh, bring myself to the point that I'm able to socialize with those people and try to learn experientially along with academically to prepare myself to fit in the city. I used to it is something that I started doing in Karachi is I started cooking something for my own self. Previously in past I remember doing some of the smaller things. However, that was a more detailed or uh, more profound kind of thing to be done for my own self. Now, interestingly, a lot of my experiences yielded a positive result. I learned many of the things. I knew when I have to leave my apartment for the study and at what time I have to be back, at what time I have to do lunch, and with whom I have to do lunch. Those details were very much part of my routine. Now, interesting part is I'm thankful that I had confident people out there. Some of my friends who I shared my worries with, who I shared my dreams with, who I shared my struggle with. And this was a turning point for all of us. All of us were trying to get in a university. So even at that time, I had these thoughts that these are my competitors, and yet we are doing something collectively to get into a university. All sorts of thoughts came at that point because we used to live together. It was kind of togetherness which bound to us at the same time being competitive or in a friendly way to support each other to move to the next level. Now, whenever we were getting stuck at a point, we used to support each other to make the move. At the times we were relating our experiences to what we were observing on the social media or in the movies. Like there are some famous movies on the student life which tells you how a particular student has made it through to the next level and how there are different types of students, how there are different type of routines and the way they are trying to bring the best out of their self. One of the famous movies, uh, uh, I might not be able to quote the name. However, the main gist of the movie is when there are multiple students trying to excel, there are all different ways they are trying to do it, which suits them the very best. And based upon that, everyone gets to the point that they are supposed to get. And impressively, when I look back at that moment in 2008, now I feel that a lot of things were connected back then. That's why our path, our journeys were diversified in a way that we moved to different domains of work. A lot of us are from different disciplines, but still we get together and discuss all sorts of things with each other, reminding us that this is how life is. We get together, we combine ourselves in a way, we get together and we mix with each other in a way that we bring the best out of each other. So that was a very excellent experience that I had back then to come out of my comfort zone and to conquer my own self, to get to the next point in my life. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adil, for a wonderful speech. The next speaker will be Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali speech title is Team Collaboration Level 3 Elective Connect with Storytelling Middle Class. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim, please. Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim.
Yes. So he's embarking to TM Latif Mansoor Ali is embarking on Pathway Team Collaboration, which is level 3 elective project of Connect with Storytelling. The purpose of this project is for the members to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. So the title of his speech is Middle Class TM Latif Mansoor. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow audience. A man was walking by a camp of elephants, and he was puzzled, astonished, unable to understand why these elephants are not trying to escape. He was unable to get an answer. Those elephants, which are huge in size, stronger, but were just holed and tied with a small, tiny rope. Finally, he gave up and he thought that he could not get the answer of why these are not trying to escape, not trying to move from the place where they have been. This can be easily broken. So he asked the trainer, and the trainer said, it's very simple. When they were young and small, they were tied to this rope only. At that time, it was believed, or when they were trying to escape, they were unable to escape or break that rope. Time passes, they still believe that they cannot move out of this rope, though they are now very strong enough, but unable to accept that they can try, they can believe in themselves. Same curiosity of that guy, of that person, I also had this. Being in middle class family, I keep observing people at each and every box of life. I felt that if I was young, what was that rope which holded me not to escape and try different things? And the only answer I got was, my parents were saying, no, please don't do this. No, this will not be acceptable. No. And everything what I knew is no. Time flies. I grew up with all those hustle, buffles, obstacles, whatever you call it. I have a son of 18 years of age. I did the vice versa. I said, do whatever you want. From his class 7 till today, where he is completing his 13th grade, I'm asking him, I will be supporting you. Just try what you want to be. Keeping this in mind, let me just take you back at his young age, when he was young and I was a parent. School, colleges, or anywhere else, during his level of competition, be it Maths Olympiad, be it Science Olympiad, be it any of effort of his level of project where except his participants, I was there to make him register and participate. And very proudly, I used to be back with having a trophy in his hand. But I am thinking, what is that one thing which is lacking him to take those decisions? If the elephant owners or the trainer tied with the rope when he was young, or I was being asked not to do or said no, what I have done wrong with this middle class of the upbringing of my son, that he is unable to believe himself or take the courage. I fail to understand. I respect all those obstacles he might be facing during this science age, day and age, where everything is complicated or everything is accessible on social media, on his books, with his friends. I failed to understand until I got to know this story. It says, no matter how much the world tries to hold you back, always continue with the belief that what you know or what you want to achieve is possible. Had we did not push him to participate in all the contest, rather than waited for him to say, I want to participate in this contest or is this competition, and we agree would have given that opportunity or the whole support, what I am trying to do it now might have turned something different. So fellow audience, young parents or grown-ups, please make sure to have this belief in their kids, in your kids, that believing in themselves can become successful, which is most important step in actually believing it. So basically what I'm trying to understand or make you all feel that maybe we are of that day and age where parents were saying no to us. Maybe I am in this day and age where I gave him all the opportunities and platform. But in both scenarios, our middle class families did not ask the kids what you wanted to do. Just try to have them believe to achieve what most probably be their best future. Toastmaster of the day, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. The next speaker will be Toastmaster all speakers are completed. The next segment is table topic, for which I would like to invite table topic master, Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar.
No, actually it's BTM Sarfaraz. BTM Sarfaraz. The agenda changed before you joined, so
there is some
no need for sorry. Yeah.
I would like to invite Toastmaster DTM Sarfaraz Nazir for table topic as a table topic master. Toastmaster Sarfaraz Nazir, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafat Mobeen.
Thank you, sir.
And welcome, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The word of the day or the word during the meeting that you are expected to use is in the chat. It's a confidant, a person with whom one shares a secret or private matter, trusting them not to repeat it to others, except you can repeat it during the KTC meeting. The typical process is where the table topic master asks the question and then selects someone who is not on the agenda to respond to it. I'm going to do it slightly different than our normal practice. I'm going to ask the person who would be responding to the question, and I'll ask you to pick a number from 1 to 7, and based on your response, you'll hear the question. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab.
Yes, sir.
Pick a number from 1 to 7.
1 to 7. 2.
1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, 2.
Between 1 and 7.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, should you eat pizza with your hands or with a fork and knife? Should you eat pizza with your hands or with a fork and knife? Toastmaster Mariam Aftab.
First and foremost, you should eat pizza, whether it is with fork or knife or with your hands, and you should enjoy that. Yes, I remember when I was just starting going to the restaurants and to the dining area with my cousins and friends. I was in class 6, 7 at that time maybe. I started feeling insecure that when everyone was using it, the way they are holding it, at that time I did not knew. Sometimes I used to just my forks or my spoons goes out of my hand or something. I don't feel comfortable eating, and then I started eating with my hands. The moment I realizing that I'm not enjoying it that way with the fork and a spoon, knife, I started eating it with my hands. I started using hand. I hold that pizza slice and eating it over. Then I started watching videos over it, how to hold it, what are the etiquettes, how to spell that and everything. Because I was in class 6, 7, I did not knew that even. And I learned a lot. I learned the etiquettes with that. The only thing is, if you're going to a place where you know you have to be formal, you should be formal. You have to learn those things. You have to accept it. You have to have that courage and acceptance within yourself that this is important and I have to do it, no matter what. Anabia, good no choice. Good no talk. Good. And secondly, yes, with your family, there's no mirror or no curtain between you. Do whatever, eat however you want to. Make a sandwich, pizza and eat it. You will enjoy it more than anything else. So I would say, enjoy your pizza with all the etiquettes, delicacies, but the most important thing is to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mariam. Now, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim, I understand you're working on your evaluation, but would you like to participate? Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim.
Did you call my name?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, please. Give me just 10 seconds.
Okay, sure.
All right, details are for us, yes.
Pick a number between 1 and 7.
All right.
Excluding 2.
5.
Okay. Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? If you could go back in time and tell yourself or tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
If I would go back in time and tell myself something, it would be my younger self to not trust everyone, I would say. Like, there are plenty of things when you are living a life, when you try to, things change, people change, but at times there are certain things which, you have to work on, because at times we trust people a lot. And apart from that, I think to be kind is good, but not to be kind with everyone in every situation. Like, at times people take you for granted, And this is what needs to be changed. And because every time you can't say yes, you should know how to say no to people. And that's so important. And I think in my personal journey, I have learned a lot. And, whether it's Toastmasters, whether it's your personal life, whether it's even your workplace, you should have, because, there are people out there who tend to manipulate things for you, because every time if you say yes for them, you should change that. And I think, because there are things, when you apart from that, there was one thing that at times things will be difficult for you. So how to keep yourself away from those situations, it's you who can do that. If you think that situation is not suitable for you, you are the one who can take that opportunity, or tell them, or be the person who can uh, speak out for it. And I think there are things in life which there are things in life where you have to speak for your own self. You can't just let it go. And this is what I would tell myself: to not trust everyone in your life. uh, be positive, and that I think I am. And be something. And life is a process. It's easy, it's difficult, it's up to you how you take it. So if you are and I would just want to conclude this my speech, that if you're depressed, you're living in your past. If you're anxious, you're thinking about your future. And if you're in peace, you're living in your present. Over to you, DTM Sarfaraz. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. I think sometimes you and I should do an education session on trust. I have a lot of examples. Toastmaster Karim Meghani, you are an evaluator, but I'd like to ask you if you would like to participate.
Yes, sir.
Pick a number, 3, 4, 6, or 7.
7.
Toastmaster Karim Meghani, even
Yes,
though you live in Madagascar, if you could only take 2 items with you to a deserted island, what would they be? If you could only take 2 items with you to a deserted island, what would they be? Toastmaster Karim Meghani.
Thank you, DTM Sarfraz, for this this very tricky topic to pick. And I need to do all my reflection to imagine myself in that particular place. Dear Toastmasters and dear Table Topic Masters, if I would be in a desert, what are the 2 things I want to take with me? If I am in that particular situation, probably I will be requiring a tasbih, which Latif is pointing right now, because I just need that reflection time, that where I can do some reflection and just to think about my life. Probably I will be searching for water, so I will not take it with me, but I will be take something, but I will try to find it. But the second thing which if I will take with me is my family photograph. I think that will support me, that will help me if my parents, my wife, my son especially, if they are with me in that particular time, it may help me to survive in that situation. So one is God, one is family. That is the 2 things which I always feel that can take you wherever you want to go. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. No cell phone to zoom into KTC meetings?
Yeah, in desert probably. Thank you.
Okay, Toastmaster Latif, you were a speaker, but since you are indirectly participating in the table topics by showing us props. Would you like to participate?
Yes, please.
Okay. Number 1, 3, 4, or 6. 1, 3, 4, or 6.
6.
Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, what is your favorite way to spend a lazy day? What is your favorite way to spend a lazy day? Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Thank you, Topic Master. What is my favorite way to spend a lazy day? Every start of a new month, first thing what I notice or I see is my schedule. Normally, during weekdays, I don't have any lazy days. I have always been busy. Wake up early in the morning, then start work after a walk, and then end up with badminton practice and everything. So every day is very busy. But the days where I have Friday or Saturday off, I intend to take a night sleep medicine and utilize my 16 hours of sleep. This is what I always miss during those 5 days of my work schedule or at my office or with my friends. What I desperately miss out is my sleep. And I take full advantage of that lazy day to make it the best out of it and sleep for 16 hours. I feel to take care of friends, your health, and physically as I go for exercise and everything, but sleep also matters the most. We should take care of ourselves to the maximum possibility. Thank you very much for highlighting this question back to me. I'm putting it as an advantage. So please respect that sleeping hours at not lazy day. Over to you, Topic Master.
Thank you. DTM Talha? Is that enough
Yes,
table
sir.
topics or?
Yeah, I think so, sir. I think so.
Okay. That concludes our second segment of the meeting, table topics. We will now be moving to the third segment. At this time, I would like to turn the control of the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin.
I would like to invite Journal Evaluator. I would like to invite Journal Evaluator Toastmaster Latif Mansoor.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. A wonderful evening started with inspirations of speeches. And then I really loved the theme of today. Wonderful table topic. And now it's time for evaluation. My role as a journal evaluator is to monitor each and every aspects of the meeting. How does it happen? And I will give my report. Let's just start first for the prepared speech session. And let me invite our first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Mohammed Asgar, who will be evaluating DTM Irfan Farooqi's keynote speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif, not only for inviting me to evaluate DTM Irfan, but also telling me that I'm a middle class because I never asked my children what to do. And it was
Sir, your
almost
timing is start, sir. Your timing is start from verbal.
Thank you. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Irfan. DTM Irfan was practicing, developing, and presenting a larger speech. He was there with a presentation, and what I like in his presentation, the way presentation progressed logically, and the transition from one slide to another slide. Sentences will connected from one slide and the topic to the next slide, and then came the agency theory. Thanks God, you were not from the field of the physics, so no technical jargon was used except graphite tips and boron, if I'm not wrong. But we came to know about them because of the contextual. You were discussing the context. Another thing which I like, the headline of the slides: eye-catching and intellectually stimulating, a bird in hand, no question, I'm very competent, nothing but the truth. Honesty was not the best policy. Overall, it is a pleasant surprise. I did my master's in disaster management and emergency planning back in 2008, and some 12 I had some 12 case study of disaster management, including this NASA shuttle disaster, Bhopal disaster, and fortunately the Chernobyl disaster was there. What I found, the same managerial error that you mentioned in all disasters. The way you took the aspect of the management error and the management dishonesty and the cutting the corner, what they call cutting the corners, and avoiding and going for visible benefit, hushing up the issues if there are issues. Well, there are, however, some recommendations areas. I think if you could have started from a picture. Pictures always create emotions, and especially when they are coming from a disaster, they are more visible and more attractive, more captivating. They captivate the audience attention. Or you could have come up with an individual story emanating from that disaster, and then you linked the disasters and coming to the management errors. And I found some descriptive words also could have impacted, like catastrophe, apocalypse. These words made it visible by creating sensory images. The figures also, we didn't know about the figures. If you could have come up with some figures, that the casualties, the death casualties, the impact of the disaster in the coming years. But overall, it was good. A slide presentation progressed logically. I think some of the descriptive words related to the disaster, pictures, some figures would have made this presentation more effective. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. Yes, rightly said that a more excitement towards the presentation would have made the better of your speech. But one thing which I felt was that when you have given or shown the interest of having that video showed, you could have just removed yourself from the screen share and again screen share with that video would have helped a lot, because every management level we come across, the subordinates always feel that manager doesn't know anything. So things goes plus minus, yes, but a wonderful delivered keynote speech. Let me invite now Toastmaster Karim Meghani. I think after a very long time I've been seeing him and myself in Karachi Toastmasters meeting. So to evaluate Oh my God. The lion of Toastmasters District 122, distinguished Toastmaster Talal bin Hamid's speech. Reflect on path. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It is always a pleasure to evaluate such a speaker who doesn't need any introduction. And he's been known by several districts and several Toastmasters around the world, and they get a lot of inspiration from his speeches. What I love about this speech, the first thing that, when you're doing a reflection of your path, it's a very good journey. When you think about all your speeches, how you delivered it and how you prepared it. What I felt that, because, in I think level 1 or level 2, one of your speeches were evaluated by me. So it's not too far. It's somewhere in like 2 months ago, 1 month ago. So I was just thinking that, in 2-3 months, you achieve the level 5. So that means on average, you are delivering every week one speech. So that is phenomenal. And I want to clap for it. And I think, and that I want to appreciate that, the way you are delivering speeches, how you make your content. That's a fantastic thing. And I was looking at all your level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and it's gone really nicely, understood by all the audience that how's your journey. So that was a very good part that you took it in this way. I prefer today I will take some negative parts, not negative, but something which you can improve. I felt that you are not feeling well today. The energy level was not DTM Tala, which we always knew. You're not feeling well, and I think that you are, in the way you are presenting it, it was just, okay, I have to do this presentation, I have to finish it. So he prepared a wonderful presentation, and then he went slide by slide, and then eventually in the middle of your speech, your energy level came back also. So that was fantastic. One of the things which I loved about it, that you appreciated your mentors. Overall, in all levels, you identified one person. You talk about TM Imran, you talk about DTM Samir, you talk about, I think, DTM Samir, and then you also talk about, there was another DTM, who is your mentor. You talked about him. So that is a fantastic way to give your, your acknowledgement to their efforts on your development. So that was the main purpose of this speech, that we can see that what kind of development you did with your pathway. So I think dynamic leadership, you are always been a very wonderful dynamic leader. Your last speech of this pathway shows that you are a dynamic leader. So I wish you all the best for your future pathways. Congratulations from not from my side, from all the Toastmasters around the world.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem. The only one thing which I felt DTM Talha had missed in his slide, had he started with a flyer or with the background saying wanted DTM Talha, because in the end he said that if you find him, just let us know. So it would have been a great deja vu of that speech. Amazing speech, sir. By the way, let me just, pat it myself also, like puppet of my own. I had a opportunity to, I got an invitation for a podcast, and where I had to express myself, my journey with Toastmasters. What I felt and what I said, that I heard a speaker, I did not name DTM Talha, but always at back of my journey, my first speech which I heard was DTM Talha expressing or giving his reflection on the path. And I told in that podcast that after listening to that, I thought I will also want to live once this kind of experience. Thank you very much. Let us invite our third speech evaluator, which is myself, Toastmaster Latif, and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Zishan Khan's presentation speech. Okay. Shall I start? Toastmaster Zishan Khan, thank you very much for giving such a wonderful speech about the philosophy between knowledge and wisdom. I really love the way you have expressed or started the speech. What I liked about your speech was the clarity. You knew what you have to express and tell to the audience. What I loved was the eye contact you showed in front of the unfamiliar audience, I should say. And then the gesture, because you were always smiling and delivering that message. I felt that audience awareness was also a brilliant part of what the topic demands, and you interacted with the audience, which was very well shown in your questions. Now I will come to your speech where it needs to be having little more of importance of the project. Where this speech was demanding, it's okay to give an informational speech, but it was demanding more of your vocal variety and body language. So I will, looking at your speech, I will not, because in my evaluation I have to speech only into either your body language or vocal variety or both. So I will just focus today, as you are new to this Toastmaster fraternity, I will ask you and I will give you this speech of vocal variety experience. Now in that you showed a hierarchy. The hierarchy is not all about the chart presentation and explanation. When you say this interesting words about book, had you shared your personal story, would have helped us a lot. Like for example, when you said big ocean of knowledge. So how this big ocean of knowledge has improvised your lifestyle. This helps to have more of vocal variety. And you will say, this is now I'm going to share with you a personal story. This book of mine, which has everything, title Who Moved My Cheese? And this is how I got to understand my style. So making sure of what you are delivering and going through your experiences will help us a lot. Nevertheless, I still believe that you had a lot of confidence. You have shown already a lot of confidence, a little bit more of vocal variety where you involve your mother, the book, and your experiences would have made this speech to a next level. Keep delivering your projects. Keep continue with this good positive energy and hope to hear from you soon. Back to General Evaluator. Okay, so our next speaker was Toastmaster Adil Panwar. His speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, please, if you can.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Adil has successfully completed his project. Have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Adil for delivering a well-organized speech. Coming out from a comfort zone, though it's not easy, but if a person learns to come out from his comfort zone, he will conquer the world. Taking responsibility, make a person sensible and wise. It also enhances our social circle and enable us to survive in any situation, modify and align ourselves during turning points. Toastmaster Adil explained his own experience during his speech with confidence, discussed turning point meticulously. Toastmaster Adil also discussed social media, particularly films. The year 2008 was very important for Toastmaster Adil. He did diversified experiences and come out from comfort zone and conquer the world. Toastmaster Adil, your clarity of thoughts depicts that you are a confident speaker and has diversified ideas and has ability to explain yourself among audience. I observed that you have a command over the topic. With this, I conclude my evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafat. Adil is not. Adil is here. Adil, I just want to encourage you to deliver more speeches. I saw your speech. I heard your speech, and I saw that you were in the car. This is what a commitment requires, where you want to express yourself more better. Just be available, deliver your project, practice, and you will find a new you whenever, maybe after 6 to 7 months of Toastmaster journey. This is all what I want to tell you, that just keep delivering your projects. The last speech was delivered by Latif, which is myself, and I may invite my evaluator, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim, to please share her experience of listening my speech.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, life is a lesson to learn and a subject to preach. I thank you for coming forward and putting your thoughts on the table. You were able to connect several key scenarios, thought processes into account by narrating a generalized story of animals tied to the rope, and even there was a message out there, like you were able to connect because it was in a generalized manner how you began your story, the speech, to build a ground for better understanding for the audience. Apart from that, I would like to tell you that you the way you narrated your entire speech, the story, so it had a moral, and it, yeah. Apart from that, when your story carried a moral, where there was a paradigm shift, we could see that, and letting the child give the opportunity where you told the audience. Apart from that, it also followed, I would say, that when you told about an 18-year-old, 18-year-old, your son, and then you were talking about a middle family, how you connected the entire dots in a purposeful manner, was, it was making an impact to the audience. You were well informed, sir, what you want to speak, but at few points I could able to, you were looking down when you were, you want to basically basically the quotes, right? So you had to look down and narrate them. So there was a fleeting eye contact there, because we were listening to you very carefully, but it was just there. So it was a story. So as it was a story, you could have added more repertoire. I would say the more words, like if you were talking about animals, so you might have used some adjectives like gigantic, enormous, huge, any, something which can, even give the entire speech few additional, I would say, because it was the story which you were narrating. And if you could have stood up, I would say, if you could have stood up and gave the speech, it would have added, given a room for using an effective body language in terms of hand gestures and facial expressions. While you can even use the stage area there, and even I would just like to add one thing where you said you can, there were three different things in your speech. There was generalized story, then you talk about the middle family, and then you an 18-year-old boy. So how about you could use the stage area like one thing, and then you could move forward, and then you were saying right there that yeah, so it was basically when you said, let me take you back, young age, when you told about that, you could have moved away and walk backwards. What I meant, like, it would have created that image, or we could able to listen to it would have added more value. Apart from that, I would just want to add one more thing, because you started off really well. How about you could have added a quote or a question to the audience, throw the audience a question for so it would have been better. Although it was a wonderful speech, and we could able to have that moral lessons, and it was a wonderful. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Toastmaster Zara, for giving a very impromptu, I will say, because I felt that at some stages where you feel like lost of words, I love the way I have seen a lot of improvement in you. Keep delivering, come to projects, deliver, and mashallah, I've seen many of your projects flyers with what we call it, keynote speech, Quantum Leap especially. So yes, I've seen a lot of good improvement. Please vote for the best evaluator. If you can vote for the second speaker's evaluator will be better. That's your call, whoever you wish to. May I invite table topic evaluator? Toastmaster Karim Meghani, stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. So today we have a very interesting table topic session with DTM Samir. And I think that, one of the good things that, the topics were quite reflective. So the first one was, should one eat pizza with hands or knife? So I don't know, the metaphor was not pizza itself, it's the life situation. I can imagine that, what DTM Sarfraz was trying to make a point there. And TM Mariam Aftab was in a such situation where she was answering this question, which was quite reflective. With all due respect, as a mother, TM Mariam Aftab, you tried your best to answer the question. You talked about, in the end, you summarize it properly, that, yeah, we want to like our pizza with, but whatever we have in our hands, and we can eat that pizza. So we accept your answer, and I think that was enough for that. Then the second one was TM Zara Ibrahim, and she was being asked, if she is younger, if she remember the two good things about life she wants to remember at this point. And then she became quite serious about it. I'm really sorry, there is a construction going on near my office, so that's some noise. So there is she became quite serious about that particular question. I thought that she will go back to her childhood memory, which was good memories, and maybe she will come with something funny about childhood. But she talked about her reflection about life examples, trust issues, and that's fine. I think that, if you want to go back in our lives, and if you want to remember that particular things, that, if I trusted more or I trusted less, so that's always good. But I always look at the childhood, and even I look at the child in my family also, the good part of that childhood, the happy moments. But that's me. But TM Zara Ibrahim, you did really well in your answer. The third was myself. So if I'm in desert, what are the key two things I will take with me? I took that also in a very serious way. If I do evaluation of myself, you're doing a table topic, you need to do do it in this way that, you need to have something like a small speech. But what is happening in the table topics, even with me also, I felt that, I just start answering, not to prepare that particular speech format. And then, eventually I went to that region that, if I'm alone and if I'm in desert, I'll be scared, and what two things will matters to me. So that was not the purpose of table topic. It became a reflection, but table topic means a speech which can have a good conclusion. So that is, I think, I need to work on. Latif was, really good that, a lazy day, and he started with a speech format. So I'll take that speech as a table topic speech, because he took that as a speech, and he delivered a speech that lazy days, what I do. He explained his week. Then he talked about that, how sleep is important, and his conclusion was there that how sleeping helps him to re-energize himself for the next week. So congratulations, Latif. For me, that was the perfect table topics for me in the four of the presented speeches. So that was my table topic reflection. Over to you, General Evaluate.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karim. It is really difficult to sometimes evaluate yourself a speech, but I really admire the way you have accepted. And yes, every Toastmaster, every platform, you get an opportunity, you learn, and you try to be the better of yourself, which you have been in past. So amazingly delivered. It's always a great learning from you. And let me tell you this. Sorry, fellow audience, I don't know if you're following him or no, but this time I have noticed Karim from last few days or few weeks or so, he's been expressing his message in 30 seconds. I believe that is an amazing thing. I've seen that TikTok video somewhere, plus minus on LinkedIn. I'm not a TikTok member, or I don't have Facebook, I don't have Insta. But somehow I have got to know this 30 seconds message always delivered, which is very good. Let's hear our Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar, a grammarian report. Please, if you can share your report. I know you'll be very angry no one has used it. Okay. Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. He's angry or he's disappointed?
I think he's just away from the laptop, PC right now.
So let's hear our A's and ums. Do we have A's? Yeah, R counter, Toastmaster Mohammed Iqbal. Look, friends, if you will deliver your report. He's with Toastmaster Rafat. Okay.
I am with my sister.
Sir, if you can come towards the camera.
Yes.
Please. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you. Toastmaster Zishan Khan. 2 R's and Ums. Adil Pawar. 11 R's. Toastmaster Zahra. 12 R's. And other none.
Listener भी इतना है फिर शायद.
Now move to other listener. Toastmaster Atif.
Yeah, you're done with the report?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So look, it's my duty to just give little bit of heads up. I really love the way you have counted the R's and ums. But most important, when you give R's and ums, it is also important for others to encourage other speakers. For example, DTM Talha bin Hamid, you had no R's and no ums. It's a wonderful lesson. It was really listening. So, it will encourage others also that, okay, we don't have any R's and ums. Yes, we understand that those speakers who had R's and ums, the others don't have it. But just we need some appreciation every time. We are very greedy people.
Inshallah, I'll try.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the report. Let me invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. Please, if you're available, share your report. He was there just a while ago while delivering, listening to.
I think he just moved away. So maybe we can move to the listener, Toastmaster Mariam.
Yeah, please take us to the listening journey.
Okay, thank you so much. Now I'll be asking 3 questions and hopefully you'll be able to answer. Who joined Toastmasters by the end of 2020?
Toastmaster Rafat. Many Toastmasters, but today Toastmaster Rafat.
Today, yeah, in that one, yeah. Who completed level 4 nervous breakdown?
Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Wow.
No, level 4? Okay.
Level 4, yeah, he said. Disaster is rare, but saving is visible.
DTM Irfan.
Very good.
Yeah.
Subset of rules and thoughts. Subset of rules and thoughts. मैं रुकी हुई हूँ. Okay, I'll tell you guys. It's what Talha bin Hamid thought. Okay, everything I would know is no.
Zara Ibrahim.
No, Zara Ibrahim knows it.
Latif.
What Zara Ibrahim would have told her younger self? What was that one thing she would told her younger self?
Not to trust anyone.
Not to trust everyone.
Yeah.
Very good. Who has a son 18 years old?
Latif Mansoor Ali.
Latif Mansoor Ali.
If you would not have said that, I would never have guessed it. Huh?
Why is he not a member yet?
No, he'll turn 18 in December, but it's possible to have him a member.
That's a marketing trick, huh? Good. Okay. Who were not feeling well today?
DTM Talha.
Who was that one? Yeah. And who said so?
His evaluator.
Kareem Meghani, yes. Are you all right, Tara Sahab? Hopefully.
Yeah. Slightly better.
Slightly better. Honesty is not the best policy.
DJ Irfan Fun.
Well done. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, for taking our listening test. Now, last and final call for the grammarian, Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. Final call for Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. Grammarian report. Gates will be closed.
I think we can continue, and then if he comes back, then we can ask him.
Okay. So DTM Tala, please share your timers report, please.
Well, yeah, as far as the timing report is concerned, today, just give me a second. We are behind schedule because we started 10 minutes late. But overall, all the speakers were within time. The evaluators, with one exception, which happens to be the first evaluator, they exceeded their time. And I also noted one thing. Today was a purely online meeting, and we all have joined in different situations and places. For example, Adil was joining from the car, Zahra from her home, you from Kuwait, and Kareem from Madagascar, and Mariam Aftab is always battling her children when she joins, but she is one hell of a superwoman. So, but what I noticed in particular was that there were particularly smooth transitions despite all of that. So for that, everyone deserves compliments. And speaking of that, one possible interruption has been averted. Toastmasters is back. So yeah, that is my report. One evaluator disqualified, table topics and speakers all qualified.
We thought that evaluator has been disqualified. Not many Toastmasters have used the word of the day. So I think Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar has boycotted. But thank God he's back. Sir, please share your grammarian report and the word of the day report.
Oh, thank you very much. TM Latif Mansoor Ali did not use the word of the day. Only two persons used. DTM Tala bin Ahmed used it 2 times, and DTM Sarfaraz Nazir used it once. Thank you very much. I'm obliged. There are some very good usage of English language. Sell as soul to the devil, has the tenacity, weird habit, unleash, inner mortals, inner demon. No, so monster, unleash inner monsters, and all of them were used by none other than DTM Tala bin Ahmed. But he committed one mistake. The way he wrote deja vu was wrong. He should have written it in a proper way. Please go to your slide number 1 and see it. This mistake should not have been committed by a Toastmaster of your caliber. And another good thing that I came across, I scratch your back and you scratch my back, said by DTM Irfan. The best sentence that I came across today is, all middle class families do not ask their children what to do. This is the end from my side. Over to you, journal evaluator. By the way, did somebody call me earlier?
Yes, we tried calling you. We said final call, many things. No. But let me share my regret actually. While I was in Karachi, attended all the meetings where I was, you did not show up. And when I came back to Kuwait, the next meeting, I saw your picture at the meeting hall. And that was a sorry part, yes. Because yes. I know many of you all from most of the time I joined Toastmasters, but I really want and desperate to meet you. Hopefully,
he was waiting he was waiting for you to leave.
I understand. Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is my report for the final meeting session. I really loved the way it was conducted, because the time when I joined, I got to know that There is an impromptu Toastmaster of the Day, which was very highly captured by our president, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir. And this is the love of Toastmaster meetings that we always see distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir at his midnight available for encouraging the Toastmasters in different region of the world, which is Pakistan. And we all take benefits of this. Hope you have been rewarded and you will be rewarded by the Lord for this gestures. Every now and then I see you available delivering lessons, keynotes and everything. Thank you for accepting this impromptu Toastmaster of the Day role. I love the theme highly expressed. I feel this is the first time our debutant, our Toastmaster of the Day was the debutant, I believe, and it was very well conducted. I just want to make sure for the entire audience, knowledge. Toastmaster Rafat, when you got the platform back to start your role as Toastmaster of the Day, I humbly request to introduce yourself. That this is Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, and I am the Toastmaster of the Day. Secondly, you will say today's theme is all about this turning point, which is connected to my life, and then you could have expressed, because we were just waiting that why Toastmaster Rafat is sharing this. And finally, when we got the conclusion, like, when we came to the message line, it felt that this was the theme. So this is nothing, I'm not saying anything wrong about how you have delivered and everything. It's just for the introduction that audience should know that what we are going to hear. Thank you very much for a lovely table topic session, Toastmaster Sarfraz. You indulge each and every member of Toastmasters, but I think you could have invited another guest also. Toastmaster Iram, I believe, is there, and Muhammad Iqbal could have also come across instead of me and Kareem, or the main sacrificer, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz, Talab bin Hamid, who can always sacrifice himself or be the last speaker, be the backup speaker. Last, and this is very important, all these evaluators did the evaluation perfectly. I love the way they have delivered their evaluation, because the evaluation is not something we are pointing out on the message delivered or on the person himself. It is all about how better we can deliver that message, how better that person can be by using his vocal variety or using his vocabulary or by using his efforts, because all the Toastmasters, we learn by doing, and this is the best platform where we can have a free feedback, eventful or impactful feedback to accept and put it in our next speech. Last, thank you for all the role players. Amazing meeting. One thing which I feel, and I should not be saying it from my side, but yes, Karachi Toastmasters sometimes lack or miss out on what we call it, educational sessions. So why I'm saying this, because I feel that this is the need of the hour. When we have new Toastmasters, they should be aware, or they should be taken some steps further to have one class of like how to see the project, how to feel for the project, how to show their interest, because XCOM is there to listen of what these Toastmasters new in this fraternity should and deliver more about. Thank you. And back, let's have a voting for the best four. And I humbly request Toastmaster of the Day to take the podium, charge back. Toastmaster of the Day, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Now the time is for result. Vote counter. Result is prepared.
No,
actually,
sorry.
last.
No,
Yeah,
you will
last
hand over
meeting.
to President.
Yeah.
You will just hand over to President Toastmaster Rifat, please.
I'd like to hand over charge to the President. DTM Sarfaraz, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. And thank you for serving as the Toastmaster of the meeting. I understand this is the first time you've served in this position or have taken this role. Thanks once again. Before I ask our guests for their comments, can we just have one guest at this time with us? I would like to say we've offered summer education sessions, Toastmaster Latif. You may have missed them, but good suggestion for new Toastmasters. Now, instead of taking time within the Toastmaster meeting for a long education session, it's possible we might, on behalf of KTC, offer education session for 45 minutes or 60 minutes outside the meeting and invite our new Toastmasters. It'll be for KTC, but it will also be open to anyone within District 122. What is pathways, how to select projects, especially how to select topics. People don't have an issue giving an icebreaker speech. We tell them, talk about yourself. Then they have something they wish to talk about, that gives them a second speech. Write a speech with purpose. And then people start struggling with the third and fourth speech. What should I talk about? So that's something that we can provide some information to our new Toastmasters. Also suggest that some of us have an opportunity to make sure that we are speaking correctly is to type our speech in Word, Microsoft Word, and do a grammar check. If you don't want to type, I think you have the option to dictate it, and it will type for you. However, it makes several mistakes. You'll have to correct those, and then do a grammar check. So that way we can avoid having to say, I asked to my mother, instead of saying, I asked my mother. I appreciate one of our speakers, Toastmaster Adil Banhar, since he had to go to Beach Luxury Hotel. A lesson for all of us, we should check our messages. Most often this doesn't happen at the last minute, but since not too many were going to be at Beach Luxury Hotel, there was no reason to have a meeting there in a hybrid format. And I have noticed that in some other clubs also where they're doing hybrid meetings. Some clubs have an issue where everyone is in person and just only one person is online. And to me, that's waste of resources trying to do a hybrid meeting if you're just going to have one. The same goes true if you have most of the members that are online and one or two show up at the facility, especially since there's a cost associated with it. I appreciate the initiative that DTM Talha took, modify the agenda. DTM Talha bin Hamid, I've been thinking of giving a speech on what does D stand for in DTM. Unfortunately, your name does not have any word that starts with a D. So as soon as I figured out how to twist that around, there will be a speech on the D in DTM. We call it distinguished, but it's more than what simply being distinguished means. At this time, I'm going to ask our guest, Erin. This is the second time she has joined our meeting, for her brief comments about the meeting. Erin, if you're available, please unmute yourself and give us your thoughts about the meeting. I guess she may be away. So while we're
Yeah, I
waiting,
am here.
oh, sure, go ahead.
Beyond any shake of doubt, I can say the meeting is actually growing day by day because when I joined last time, it was, I think, less than the today's number of people. And even the information that we are sharing today is quite informative. Specifically, if I talk about the TM Latif, I don't know how much energy he has and how he is trying to put his efforts to bring the growth, you can say, towards the others. And of course, the others are learning as well because I have seen few new faces and it seems like they have joined newly. So it will be quite knowledgeable session as well for them. And I hope it's going to it's going to give them the opportunity to grow day by day. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. And you're always welcome to join whenever you feel like. And you're also welcome to join the club as a member when you're ready. DTM Talha, we ready with the votes?
Yes, we have. We are. Best speaker goes to Toastmasters Latif Manzoor. Congratulations. Best evaluator also goes to Toastmasters Latif Manzoor. That is also to be expected. Best Big Four goes to our table topics master, DTM Sarfaraz. It also very nearly went to Toastmasters Latif Manzoor, but since DTM Sarfaraz was the table topics master, that was otherwise he would have walked away with this too. Best table topics goes. It's a tie between Toastmaster Mariam and Toastmaster Latif. So I somehow don't feel like breaking the tie. And best facilitator today goes to, just give me a second. Yeah. It goes to our grammarian and wordmaster, Toastmaster Askan. So congratulations. And thank you for, congratulations on successfully bucking the trend of the listener always winning. And today the listener was Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. So formidable competition. But congratulations on that.
Thank
over,
you, DTM.
Over to you, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you, DTM Talha. And once again, a reminder that the Tall Tales and Urdu Speech Contest will be held on Sunday, the 10th. So, let me clarify, DTM Talha, we have 3 contestants in each one?
So far, yes.
Okay. If you are a paid member of KTC, you can compete in KT's club. If you're a paid member of another club, you can compete in that club. If you're a member in multiple clubs, you have the option of competing in all your clubs where you are a paid member. In other words, you're a member in good standing, and the club has to be in good standing. That means the club has paid its dues for at least 8 members to Toastmasters International. If you compete in more than one club and you are in a position to advance to the area contest, then you have to select which area. You cannot compete in more than one area or more than one division or more than one district, even if those clubs are in the same district, same area, same division, or different districts. You can only compete in one area during the year. So you'll have to select, but you can compete in all the clubs if you're a member in multiple clubs. Any announcements for next week's meeting? You need a team mod?
Well, if someone would like to take Toastmasters of the day from the group president, they're more than welcome.
Will you be able to join us again next week, Toastmaster Latif?
Hopefully, yes, but not for table Toastmaster of the day.
Okay.
because I'm by the time when the meeting starts, I'm on the way back or stuck in office.
Okay. So how about a table Toastmaster?
Yes.
Toastmaster Zara, yeah, while some of you are thinking what role you want to take for during the next meeting, Toastmaster Zara, are you available?
I think she might be.
Toastmaster,
yeah.
Toastmaster Zishan, are you available? He was speaker. He's a Toastmaster, but he was a guest of KTC.
Yeah.
A guest speaker, Toastmaster Zishan, would like to hear what you have to say about the meeting or your experience. And I want to congratulate Toastmaster Zishan for taking the initiative to appear as a guest. That's an option. You do not have to be a member of other clubs in order to give a speech. You can give speeches, but if your club is limited to the number of speakers that they can have during a meeting, and you want to give speeches beyond what the club can allow you, you have the option. Anywhere in the world, you can attend a meeting of another Toastmasters club and give that speech, especially if your goal is to move through the Pathways program on a fast track. Toastmaster Zishan, are you available? I think he's away. Okay, any other announcements to DTM Talha from
no,
as a VP Education?
No, nothing yet.
So thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, and it'll be a hybrid meeting unless something goes wrong. So please check the WhatsApp message before attending the meeting to see if it's an online meeting only. And then on December 10th, we'll have our Urdu speech contest and the Tall Tales contest. Tall Tales contest is very similar to a humorous speech contest, except this is contest includes a speech that is exaggerated story. You wonder, did it really happen? Last year's competition was held a few months ago. Our number one liar, I mean the first place winner was Toastmaster Fahim Razak. And if you are interested in participating, but you're not sure what a tall tale speech is, please put that in the WhatsApp and we'll make sure that you get that information. It's fun. The difference is that the Urdu speech will be just like an international speech. It'll be 5 to 7 minutes, but the tall tale speech is 3 to 5 minutes. The maximum time is 5:31. Once you cross 5:31, you're disqualified. So that's the difference between tall tale speech and humorous speech, for example. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again next week. Until then,
Thank you so much.
Allah Hafiz. The meeting is now officially adjourned.
Thank you so much, everyone, and see you.
Thank you.
All.
Listen, everyone, please.
Yeah.
This is just casual. I wanted to share. So I was talking to my wife on video call, and suddenly I saw a message on WhatsApp saying that today's meeting is online. So I asked her, in general, is it raining today? And she's sitting beside the window and saying, looking at outside. No, I said, what? You have to see this. It's raining in Karachi.
Yeah.
So she was like, maybe, I don't know, but sorry, but I didn't knew that it is DTM Talha who is not feeling well. Wish you a speedy recovery.
That's not
it was fun.
By God, that's not the sole reason for the meeting being online.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, not enough people were coming physically. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun having after a long time. Thank you very much and see you. Take care.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Toastmaster Latif, it's the month of December, the winter time when the sun sets earlier, the days are shorter. Most Toastmaster meetings will have fewer people attending the meetings. So if only few people are going to show up, it's better to have an online meeting. Nothing to do. I'll echo. Nothing to
No,
do.
no,
with
I'm all for
DTM
anything.
Talha.
I have no
DTM
reservations
Talha.
for anything.
Yeah. Whether he's perky or sick or lying in bed, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, true.
But the great thing is that he did attend the meeting. Sick or no sick, and that speaks highly of what a Toastmaster he is. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so
See you
much.
all.